Welcome to another edition of Walk With Me. I'm Tyler Burgess of Eugene, Oregon. I'm staying low and going slow through the pandemic. I live in Eugene, Oregon, but I've driven about 10 miles south on Easter to walk through historic Cottage Grove. These are instructions and maps for my book of Oregon Townscape Walks. I go out and just follow the map, look for fun things to take a photograph of. There's a covered bridge here that's fun to walk through. This is a mural, obviously. Whoa! And I walk by this old Catholic church that's now a museum. People have charming things to see as you go along. They take good care of their homes. Oh, and fun things to see along the way. Somebody had fun decorating their rocks. Oh, this is the pre-cuffs photo. It's just fun to go out and see what you discover and to appreciate and to chat with people along the way. Here's an Episcopal church, St. Andrew's, and there's a lovely creek through Cottage Grove and a nice bridge over the creek. Oh, and I think it's a Studebaker. Isn't this lovely? Somebody's done a nice job with their strawberries. And my favorite color here, blue and yellow. This is the old National Guard Armory in Cottage Grove, and it's being renovated. Here's a fun little bench, and this is a mural of Opal Whitney, who was a famous person that came from Cottage Grove. This is another walk I'm doing in Eugene from the Cornucopia restaurant on 17th and Lincoln. You can follow the map, but it starts at Charnel Mulligan Park and you go on to Fern Ridge Path. This is by the Cesar Chavez Elementary School. And then you take the footbridge over the little canal. Oh, and this is Virginia's house. I just love it. This is a historic home. Belongs to David, who makes guitars. Another house in the neighborhood. This is going through Westmoreland Park. There is a golf disc area here, and this is a mural on the side of the Boys and Girls Club. It's so fun to walk along and see what you can see. I took my time, I took photographs. I have all day to go out for walks, and so that's what I do. Ed Coleman used to be a professor at the University of Oregon. There he is. I knew him because we both volunteered for the Oregon Track Club, and I got to know him through that club. It's spring, it's April, there's drama in the sky, the tulips are blooming. Eugene is just a beautiful place to live, and I'm so fortunate to be here. Uh-oh, now I have a dilemma. That was a carrot cake cupcake. There's a reflection in the pond here. This is just a little wet spot in the grass, and a couple ducks are here. Somebody put something fun in their backyard. You can tell it's spring when it's time to sign up for the Lane Youth Soccer Association. I love this house in my neighborhood. It's so fun to see the decorations, and the spring blossoms, as you can see, are just gorgeous. And JT has the best tea. They import it personally from Taiwan. These are cherry trees blooming. They look like tissue paper flowers. This porch looks so inviting. And this day I rode my bike over to Springfield across the Willamette River to hike up to Willamette Heights Park. Not many people go up here, and it's a really lovely tiny little park, and there's some trails back here, there's some nice views, and you go by Addie's Diner. Be sure to peek into the entryway here. This is the Springfield LTD bus station. Then we go by Booth Kelly, up through a Pioneer Memorial Cemetery. It's very historic. These are fawn lilies blooming up here in the woods. And the camas are blooming in the valley. There's a Springfield Memorial up at the top of the park, and a totem that you'll walk by before you hit another trail back along the mountain. Oh, and this is looking south. From here I walked on out to Doris Ranch. It's still a working filbert orchard. They have put a living history village out here. It's fun to walk through. This is some of the old harvesting equipment for the filberts. And here's a picture of George Doris. This is another day back in Eugene. This walk I call the Sweet Life Loop because it goes by the Sweet Life Bakery, which unfortunately is closed right now, but it's still a lovely walk with charming homes. Well, actually, some homes are more interesting than charming. This beautiful home is on the National Historic Register. It's the old Chambers house, and it's called the Painted Lady for all the different colors of paint. This is a walk up through Lafferty Park from 24th and Amazon Parkway. It's hilly, but it's really lovely. Be sure to turn right at the barrier so you get off the busy street. This walk goes up through Wayne Morris Park and somebody lost their mitten. This is the Wayne Morris house. And going through the neighborhood again, it's just so pretty out here. And people have such fun decorations. It's so fun just to stop and take pictures, take my time. This is through Wayne Morris Park again. There's some rather obscure trails back here. It's really fun to go through them. This garden has really blue heron. Another day I went out to North Eugene and walked my Honeywood Hop walk. It's a beautiful neighborhood as well. It kind of ambles in loops through the neighborhoods. I love the cheerful stuffed bear that someone put out for us to enjoy. Look what's around this corner, a castle. One of my favorite walks is this Butte to Bakery walk. It starts at Alton Baker Park and you go up the butte, up Skinner Butte, so you get a little hill climb, a beautiful view, and then it goes by the Palace Bakery and Full City Coffee, which is actually open. It's so fun. It's a great walk. The trillium are blooming on the butte. On top of the butte, it's cloudy. And then the sun comes out. This is downtown Eugene. I've now come off the butte and I'm walking towards the Palace Bakery. And there's an antique store that we walk by. I love to go window shopping. This is the Willamette River that runs right through Eugene. And right next to the river is Pre's Trail, named after Steve Prefontaine. It's an all-bark trail. It's great for running and walking. It's totally flat. There's Steve Prefontaine. This is Autzen Stadium, the football stadium for the University of Oregon. And there's some Native American writing on rocks back here. And here is an old filbert orchard. I'd love to walk through here. This is called the Peter DeFazio footbridge over the river. Peter DeFazio is a congressman from Eugene, Oregon. And the Oregon grape is blooming, our state bush. And these blue delphiniums will bloom almost until the 4th of July. And now I've gone back to Springfield to walk through the historic Washburn district. It begins at the old train depot. People would have come to town, to Springfield on the train, and the historic district is all right next to it because they would have just walked home. And this is a great railroad post office car here. Here's an old cool car, a Mustang. It is just the week before Easter. It's interesting that we see cars like this in Springfield, but across the river in Eugene, you don't. Oh, he's so cute. Here's a mural of Springfield's favorite son, Ken Kesey, the author. In Eugene, there's a beautiful walk past a lot of the historic homes. You start at Alton Baker Park, so you get to go over the river a couple times and through downtown Eugene. Here we go. I also like to take a half a block detour down Willamette Street to visit the old Eugene train depot. It's been beautifully restored. Next door is the Oregon Electric Station. Now it's a beautiful restaurant. We are now in the East Skinner Butte Historic District. Thank you for joining me, Tyler Burgess, on another show of Walk With Me. I'm walking right out my front door through the pandemic, and I just love it.